Yo, what's up, everybody? This is your boy, Bobby B. Sales Sellers. I don't even think I should use that. Just B. Sales. This is your boy, B. Sales. Once again, thank you for tuning in to another episode of the B-Side Podcast. We got a lot going on today. Without further ado, this brother here got all types of names. Touchdown 33, Tony Dorsett, Gary Trump, G. Diddy, the cold
and most of all
that you know from Dallas. And without further ado, he's gonna use this one as Captain Permafrost. What just happened? What just happened? Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, my man G. Diddy. What's up, G?
Nothing much.
What's going on,
My name's G
man?
Diddy. I'm doing pretty good. My name's G Diddy, aka Captain Permafrost, because I can't, I stay cool for thousands of years. It's permanent. My cool is permanent. Gosh damn it. So what's going on?
Hey man, definitely. All right.
Yeah, that was intentional.
That's a hell of a fire intro, my man. What's
Yeah.
What's going on with you, man?
Oh, I've been doing pretty good. Just working. Just like I always say, ducking and dodging all these new variants and stuff like that with fraternity and sorority names and airline names and stuff like that. Next thing you know, they're gonna have a rapper and singer names. There's gonna be a Celine Dion virus pretty soon. Damn it! I'm just hoping everybody stays safe. How about you?
Hey, man, it might be, but I don't know, man. They talk about all these mask mandates and everything that they're gonna get rid of, man, and we haven't even got over any of this. There's other variants going to happen, people. So once again, it's almost like I'm starting to think that I like using this term because sometimes it is relevant. Sometimes this virus is almost like a bad girlfriend, meaning like a hot chick, coming back and forth. She leaves, she comes back. She leaves, she comes back. Put you out there on a string, have you like, oh, baby, please, and then she's back again.
Hold up, how'd you get my apartment?
You're singing to Michael Jackson, so she's out of my life, and then all of a sudden she comes back. So I think that's what this virus is, Once when we think, things are good, boom. A lot of infections, a lot of hospital, entries or people going to hospitals, increases. So it's almost like I said, it's almost like a bad girlfriend, man. Back and forth with the loving.
Yeah, it's crazy. I think it's, people's desire to want to get back to normal, but everything isn't back to normal. We're still in the middle of a pandemic.
Question, man. Quick question before we get started, because got some noise background. Is it? Do you have something like a fan on or something?
Oh yeah, hold on for a second.
Yeah. It's picking up that noise. My fault. There we go. Yeah, yes, I understand. It's hot. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been hot out here, and little do people fail to realize out here, a lot of these housings out here do not have central air.
No,
you know what I mean? People,
that's crazy.
Yeah. People, in Cali, we don't have a lot of central air. So a lot of times, when we go through these heat waves, we're going through one right now. Hey, we got to use the good old fans. But anyhow, getting back to this endemic now. I think that's the title of it now. We're out of the pandemic because we're living with it now, so it's an endemic. Wow. Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's we want to get things back to normal, but the things aren't back to normal. If you look at numbers compared to last year, it's actually higher in infections and deaths. So it's not that we're getting this under control. Omicron infections and deaths are higher than the Delta's peak. So it's really, what they call a precarious situation that we're still in. And with the mask mandate going away, there's going to be places like gyms and other places in general that aren't going to be required masks. And it's really, it's really kind of depressing if you think of it. If we're a year into it, we're getting vaccinated and, getting booster shots, and the pandemic isn't slowing down. It doesn't seem like the frequency is slowing down at all. And it's, it's just ramping up a little bit more. But we're just, this is still a critical time, and people still got to follow things to keep safe. You got to keep safe because infections are mutating, and that's what viruses do. They mutate.
Well, yeah, but
And
what is
it's
safe?
easy
I
to
mean,
catch.
that's a new meaning. I mean, I should say a new meaning, but technically, what is safe? It's almost like we don't have
That
no answers for that.
that's the question.
I was speaking to a friend of mine earlier today, and
Hmm.
they were talking about how pretty soon they're going back into in their brick and mortar, their building for the company, and they were saying how they had to go back for some function for a day or whatever,
Hmm.
and they were saying that nothing is. It's like nothing's been cleaned up. Like if somebody has some snacks on their desk when they were told to leave
Damn,
that day, the snacks are still on the desk.
that's
They,
terrible.
no cleaning up. I'm sure it's dusty, and then they didn't make no upgrades inside. Now this is a major corporation we're speaking of, major banking corporation,
And you
and
would think they'd be invested in technologies
with all
to
the
ensure
connects they
safety.
got, I mean everybody's tied into the bank. You telling me they can't be like, hey, whoever handles the what I want to say. I can't even. I'm going blank here. Like the ventilation system. You telling me they can't even get with nobody to put in a better ventilation system? Things
There
of
should
that nature.
be there should be a whole bunch of companies out there giving them endless proposals on how to increase their safety. And just with you think certain institutions and businesses would invest in that technology that would help their workplace become safer. And just looking at the data from the booster shots and everything, I was reading a study today that said the booster shot its effectiveness wanes after 4 months.
Uh huh.
And you have a place like Israel, which has a 97% vaccination rate, but Omicron is still surging. So that
How
shows
many
you how
times have
critical
they
this is.
implemented? And how many times have they implemented the boosters? They're on their
Oh,
beyond their first
fourth.
booster. Yeah. So,
Well, they're on their fourth booster and they're
see,
still surging.
and then on top of that, once again, a lot of these countries, specifically Africa, they still haven't even. There's some people who still haven't even got their one jab. These companies won't even give them the blueprint where they can make their own
That's terrible.
vaccination. It's like, man, we suck as humanities, as human beings, man. We suck. Can we put that out there? Is there even such a thing as humanity anymore? I mean, because
That is
that go
true.
because that it's not going to help if the rest of the world's not even got jabbed or vaccinated, but we're still open up the country, meaning that there's still traveling going on, and they still want to pump boosters in. Makes no sense. Like you were saying, Israel, 97% vaccination rate, but they're on their what booster? Like their fifth booster?
They're on their fourth. They're on their fourth
Fourth
shot.
booster. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on. Come on. I mean, so as long as this continues on, they're gonna have to continue getting these boosters. And it's just like eventually you're gonna be immune. I mean, it's not gonna happen. As
Yeah.
far as it's just the boosters it's not gonna be effective. That's what I'm trying to say. So it's amazing how we have short term memory of things. It's like people catch amnesia. Like it's like, okay, it's the summertime, it's getting warmer, so everybody, oh, let's lift this, and the businesses, they're the ones that are behind everything, I believe.
Yeah, it's the profits over everything. Some people that know that they need to shut down, like places like gyms or, just high traffic areas that know that they need to switch up protocol or, letting it go business as usual because they don't want to lose out on the profit. They have restaurants that have a whole bunch of people in there, without mask in the restaurant. And there has to be somebody in there with an infection. So, but we just let down our guard with the mandate,
Man,
drop the mandate because I think some of it has to do with politics. They don't want to lose people
some of
politically.
some of it,
Well, a lot of it has to do with politics,
yes, a whole
and,
lot of it.
and people are afraid of losing votes. Even though if you stick to these mandates and stick to these protocols, you're trying to ensure safety. But at the same time, they're worried about losing some votes. So, are you worried about human life, or are you worried about losing some votes? You know, You got to take the loss sometimes. You got to do what's right, even if it's going to cost you sometimes.
Yes, yes, definitely numbers. Grouping with the numbers plays a vital role. However, I'm the businesses once again. They the ones who started all this individuality. I would like to say, meaning you get a job and you don't tell nobody how much money you make. Then politically they go. They're lobbyists for these politicians, especially Manson, his ass. He one of the poorest states, and business in his pocket. Hey, don't. Even though the Build Back Better is your bill, hey, don't support this, man. We're gonna give you some money. Don't support it. So once again, they're behind the lobbyists of getting legislation passed. Then they're telling everybody, talking to the governors, hey, we need people back to work. Okay, Stop giving them the money. Stop. So where's that money at? Where's all that money that they gave to the states to give to the people and the business? Hey, stop this.
Oh yeah,
we're hiring. Everybody needs to go back to work.
Yeah, everybody thinks that it's the politicians that hold the power in Washington. It's the lobbyists and the lobbyist money that motivates every piece of legislation that's out there. If it's not represented or supported by one of these big pharmaceutical companies, it can be killed. If it's not funded by major oil, it can be killed. These lobbyists hold most of the power. A lot of power in Washington is on K Street. It's where a lot of lobbyist lawyers are located. And, so it pokes a hole in that theory that politicians are out here actually doing it for the American people. They're doing it for the American businesses or whatever businesses fund their ideals.
Yeah, they're puppets. Just follow the money, and it's just like NPR had a segment on talking about the PPP loans, right? They said that out of the PPP loans, the top 20% of businesses, the top earners or whatnot, they got the PPP loans. Then they're saying like there's like over $600 billion is they don't know where it's at.
Dang.
Don't know where it's at.
Like 600, people
like 600, like over $600 billion that was supposed to go to the right people still hasn't gone to those businesses. And then let alone with the financial help, I bet you there's still people who still haven't got no assistance. So where all this money going? Where's that at? When all these governors was like, we're not giving them more money. Where's the money at? So I know that there's been, I won't even say rumors, but it's been out there where they're saying like some of you states that are holding on to this money that we're not giving to the citizens, we're going to give that to the police department.
Well, it sounds about right. I mean, the Fortune 500 companies and the big companies who get their money, even if they don't need it. It's just like during Hurricane Katrina, they had a lot of homeowners. The homeowners were promised around $135,000 to rebuild their home. But a lot of the people in the community in New Orleans were receiving only $35,000, and that was it. But the people that went forward and sued the department that was handing out this money, they got their full $135,000. So people always, go with exploiting people than giving them the fair share. It's just like at a job. They're not necessarily going to pay you what you're worth. They're going to pay you what you accept.
Yeah, it's crazy, man, because, we all know that it was definitely a money grab right now, another one. As far as a lot of these CEOs, a lot of them double their profits.
Oh, yeah.
Double the profits, man. Can we stop using trickle-down effect? That's such bullshit.
Yeah, trickle-down economics doesn't work.
No, it doesn't.
That's dreams. That's hopes and dreams.
It doesn't work. And the businesses, they're part of the inflation problem too, people. It's not the government officials, it's the businesses.
Yeah. They're and inflation's the worst it's been in 40 years.
Yeah. I mean, they're trying to during this endemic, they're trying to recruit profits or recoup money that they lost in the past. What type of shit is that?
Yeah. And there's not even that's not that many options out there. You go to a grocery store or you go to a department store, you don't even have the options or choice like you have. I mean, you have some grocery stores, you have barren shelves. So the prices of stuff is going up and the options are going down. So it's crazy. And we still have this supply chain crisis going on. I mean, what is the government doing to actually end this supply chain crisis and actually get products?
Do they want to end it?
Does it seem like it?
Yeah, it's working out lovely for the businesses. Once again, I put them behind it, man. You telling me, okay, they can't invest in their infrastructure? And I'm sure they probably got money on this infrastructure bill. I'm sure they
definitely.
did. I'm sure they did, man. It's man, people got to we got to start realizing that this is a case where voting does matter, people. We got to put people in office who are not in it for the businesses. They're in it for us. That's the people we need to. We've seen it over and over again that these politicians, they lay in bed with these businesses and get things done for the business instead of the people that voted them in. So definitely the voting matters, people. Voting, it does matter. Tell me it don't. It matters.
Yeah, it definitely matters.
We should have got more money, but that was all because of voting the right people in there, so we can get these bills passed, so we can help out the people struggling. That's voting. Mayor voting, police voting, city council voting, DA voting, judges, all that. You know, it's powers and numbers, man. We got to recognize that. We got to recognize that for real. So, it's always following the money, man. Why can't we grasp that concept?
You have to. I mean, just like you were saying, follow the money. And these politicians are, like you said, they're in bed with big business, and they're going to do what big business says. They're not. Yes. They go out there and they cheerlead for the money. And it's just like a person that wants to be lied to. If the lie sounds not with these voters, they want to be lied to by these politicians to make them feel good, to make it seem like they support the ideology, that they really understand what's going on with them, but they're understanding what's going on with the wallets and how to be affected by these lobbyists and the business that they do business with. Yeah. And, you know, they got to ask more of the politicians. Ask for more of the politicians than just a nice speech. You know, there should be a desire for real change on both sides. I mean, we got to a point, and I believe they say it started the late 90s, where it's more fashionable for politicians to take these hard courses on either side, either liberal or conservative and stuff like that. And the general public is completely satisfied with the complete division of the two parties to the point where they work against each other when it's benefiting the American people. And that's the height of insanity. It's like we work as hard as we can at separating ourselves ideologically to where we'll shoot ourselves in the feet in doing something that helps us just because it comes from somebody from who will affect your position in the next 2-year voting cycle. It's like people thinking about the voting cycle and the lobbyists instead of the American people that they're supposed to make changes for. So it's crazy.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah. Oh, go ahead. Continue, man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's insane. I mean, what more do we have to lose? What more of a position in the world do we have to lose? Position in society? And when people don't go out and vote, it comes from the mind state of thinking that they can't affect change or do anything to change. And people don't know that the district attorney is somebody that can be voted in. And they got to know how much power they have in their vote, how much power they have in their representation, how much power they have to just get out there and put pressure on politicians. Like the politicians are going to do the bidding of the lobbyists and the big businesses until you do something to shine the spotlight on that, because they'll exploit you until they get the spotlight put on them and they can't exploit you anymore. So it's always important for anybody that considers them a citizen, themselves a citizen, to stay engaged in the political process especially with stuff that affects your life and affects the society around you. Because as you see in some places around America, you have some laws that are going reverse. They think they move the country forward by going reverse in some laws, like
Got
as
that
far
right.
as the protection of women's rights
Yes.
and voting rights,
Voting rights.
voting rights and stuff like that.
My goodness. We're back on that. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's like,
it's crazy.
Are they trying to move the country forward by taking it backwards? And that's something that will be that's something that comes about because you don't have enough people engaged in the political process to fight something of that nature. Places like Georgia is trying to make it to where the thing that happened in the last election can't happen anymore. Where if you have a red state, they're trying to make it to where they have the influence to push away that blue influence, especially if it's changed the outcome of an election. Like they want to make it to where they can overturn the election.
Well, not only that, that's one aspect of it. Also, they're redrawing the maps.
Yeah,
it's a lot going on right now. Yeah, there's a whole lot of that redrawing of the maps going on right now. Holy shit, it's crazy.
Yeah,
but people got to understand, like, any type of change that happens, it's on the individual to make that change. If you want anything changed in life, it's on you to change, and that's the whole thing with voting. If you don't like things that's getting voted in, you got to go. You got to go vote. You're one vote help. One vote counts. You know what I mean? We are not at where we need to be, not only in society, but shit, especially with us African Americans. We're out here losing. We're out here losing. You know what I mean? And speaking of losing, we can always come back to the politicking. But speaking of losing,
talk about the Browns.
You know what? You are watching Super Bowl just like us. Just like us. You guys fell short too. Now, we might have fell short during the regular season, but you guys fell short during the playoffs.
It was criminal activity out there. What was it? Matt Bradford, he dropped that ball. That was a fumble, and they gave him incomplete. There's a whole bunch of times we should have got the ball, but Tart fucked it up at the end. We could have had it if Tart just would have caught that ball.
Hey, your boy Joe said, "Oh boy, ain't ready."
Who? Trey Lance? No, Trey Lance ain't ready.
He said he's not ready.
I would stay with Jimmy.
Yes.
Jimmy rescued us from a season where everybody had us written off in November, and he got us to the point where we almost went to the Super Bowl.
And
you got people like Brady. Brady's out of there. There's a lot of threats that's out of the way. They can get us back to the Super Bowl. Next year we have Mostert. He'll be healthy again. We got to sign Bosa to a big extension. We got a lot of pieces that we can work with. We're going to be in the same position next year. And I think it'll give Jimmy time to be healthy, rehab his thumb, rehab his shoulder, because he was working through a lot of issues and still getting it done. I mean, I was so depressed in that last couple of seconds, but it was a nail biter for every game in this playoff. This is the craziest playoff I've ever seen. I've never seen every playoff game come down to the last minute. And that was insane. But 49ers, we got 6 rings. So, and the Rams ain't won
Dusty.
Yeah, but the Rams ain't won the Rams, most of the rings happened in the pre-civil rights era and stuff like that. And what they got, one real Super Bowl ring. So, I'll let them visit. Go Bengals.
Always, you know what? It's always, I get it, man. All these cities, man, that always, got rings, whatever. They want to bring up their numbers. Hey, we got 6 rings. They're dusty now. Nobody know who Dwight Clark is. Half the people don't even know who Joe Montana is.
Don't y'all got championship rings from the Babe Ruth era?
Hey man,
Babe Ruth was alive when y'all winning, right?
We got championships. We just don't have anything from the Super Bowl era.
Ty Cobb was still doing interviews when y'all won your last ring, right?
Hey man, it's not surprising. You heard Jackson talk about when he was coaching there, they didn't give him the tools to win. So that's another thing I'm pissed off. When that came out, I was like, oh, I was already mad about OBJ, but then Jackson comes out, talks about when he was coaching how the Browns was like not trying to win, and I'm like, see,
So were they paying him to tank?
See. Once again, man. And then speaking of the NFL, we all know about Brian Flores with the suit. But then Brian, then my man Roland Martin, shout out to Roland Martin. They brought out the whole thing, talk about the legal counsel that Brian Flores used. I don't think they even got any black employees or some shit like that.
Damn.
Yeah, so how you gonna go with some all inclusive shit, but you with some inclusive shit? So it's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. How you just got to be careful, man. You just got to be careful. You know what I'm saying? And with that, with the NFL, and obviously they're on their heels now. I want to bring in something here that you know what? We might have two knock it off, but this is the knock it off one. Ladies and gentlemen, this knock it off, obviously, with the NFL, and obviously with all this going on with the with like what, maybe one or two black coaches. Well, word is the NFL is begging the richest U.S. Black man to buy the Denver Broncos. The NFL, I guess, has reached out to Robert F. Smith, the nation's richest black man, to buy the Denver Broncos, but thus far has shown a reluctance to the bid. I don't blame him. Don't come to me when all of a sudden you're in crisis. All of a sudden you in crisis, and all of a sudden he ain't had no knocks on the door before. Now all of a sudden he getting all these knocks. Hey, buy Denver, buy Denver. How you even want to deal with that? Ain't that crazy?
Yeah, but I buy the Denver Broncos turn to the Black Panthers.
Dude,
but they try to do stuff to save face.
North Carolina got the Panthers, and they don't even like
it.
No. I was gonna say something real bad.
They're the Pink Panthers, though.
The only reason why, it's kind of Let me get off of North Carolina right now. Go ahead. Tar Heels.
Oh yeah.
Red Summer.
Which one's the Gamecocks?
That's South Carolina.
Oh,
it's the Carolina, same shit.
The Carolinas.
The Red Summer in Wilmington, and they got the Black Panthers. Anyway, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, but shit, I don't see anything wrong with him owning the team. I mean, Black should think about an ownership position, not only just a representation in the coaching division, but the ownership
chair as well. They wasn't thinking about him until the Flores incident. They wasn't thinking about him until the Flores incident, man.
But give me majority control of those Denver Broncos, and I'll be fine with it. Give me some control of the company.
I'm biased.
It's because of the drive, ain't it?
The drive and the fumble. You know what I'm saying? The drive and the fumble. Shit. You know what I mean? But, I mean, it's like, damn, but god damn. You know what I mean? It's one of them moments because it's like, okay, I'm sure he's like, man, they wasn't even saying nothing to me earlier. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden, here they come talking about pressing me to buy something. Like, hey, man, I say, Robert, play him then. If you want me to buy this, I have to have crazy incentives. There has to be crazy incentives for me to do this. Excuse me, you calling me out the blue.
I'll go in there and make extreme changes. I changed the whole team, the name of the team. Be like, you want me to buy it? I changed the name of the team. We're going to be the Armadillos now. if they're just coming to them at the kindness of the heart to own the Broncos just out of thin air. But I go in there, if he has a position to own an NFL team, I would do it. I think
what about if he doesn't have no interest, though? You know what I mean? They wasn't knocking on his door or any expansion team, nothing. You know what I mean?
Before the controversy, they wouldn't knock on Jay's door.
Whose?
Jay-Z. When Jay-Z did his deal with the NFL, that came out of the whole Colin Kaepernick controversy.
I can't knock that. I can't even knock that. And then we still don't hear from Kaepernick, man. See, that's the whole thing with this guy. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, You trying to be the face of the brothers and sisters, but we don't even hear from you.
I think the thing is, it's better to be symbolic to some people than to get out there and actually speak what's on your mind. It's better to be a visual than just be that concrete. You get to hear what's coming from my perspective or something like that.
Yeah.
I think he's working in that lane of being a symbol, because people look at him a symbol of resistance, a symbol of fighting against, fighting against the man or whatever. But as far as him going out there,
do you have a Kaepernick jersey?
No, I get one. I love to get a black Kaepernick jersey. He got us to the Super Bowl. I ain't no Kaepernick hater.
I mean, I'm not hating on him either, but all I'm saying is, it's like, damn, stick by your guns.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But I don't know. Maybe that was in the payoff.
But I think to the point where he became the symbol of the movement or whatever, you should hear a lot more from him. I mean, I heard a lot more from him in the beginning when he was putting together programs where he gave away $1 million of his own pay, and he put it in certain programs. He was getting stuff together with other celebrities to pool their money into helping people in neighborhoods, in the disadvantaged neighborhoods. He should be more out in the forefront, since he's not coming back to football, and I don't think he ever was going to come back to football. I think he benefited off of the whole thing of, the keeping me out or the locking me out, because there's been certain instances where he could have got back into the NFL. I think he could have got back into the Ravens.
Yeah,
but
who knows, man? Who knows? Yeah, and we're gonna switch it up to the NBA. Obviously, it was a trade deadline. You're a homer. You're a Mavericks fan.
Got rid of KP.
So how you feel about how you feel about the moves you guys made?
Well, we got rid of KP and got a guard and a forward, Dinwiddie and Davis Barton. And KP, he's good, but he's been streaky this year. He averages 20 points, but just the injuries get to him sometimes. So I think it's a risky move, but I think it's going to pay off. We're 10 games over 500. We're going to go to the playoffs. We're probably going to go to the finals if the Golden State Warriors don't make it there.
I don't know about that. Hold on.
Number 5 in the league. Where's the Cavaliers at?
You're being too slick with it, man. You're being too slick.
Where's the Cavaliers at?
What do you mean, where we at? We're like number 4
Where's the Cavaliers at?
4 in the East.
Oh. Because that's all the games you got to win to be in the playoffs.
What?
That's all the games you got to win to be in the playoffs in the East.
You know what I'm saying? We got LeVerts. We got one of the LeVerts. He's back in Cleveland. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's back in there. You can't shit on us. We got the same amount of championships as y'all got.
Okay?
Yeah.
And y'all had the best player in the world. And y'all got one.
Your world? Whose world?
You're a LeBron fan.
Listen, man.
You probably got all those old VHS tapes.
Listen. I understand you're trying to set a trigger off.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That trigger's been detonated, brother. He's
Kevin Love is the best player.
He's with the Lakers, and you see what type of chaos the Lakers are in.
Damn, they're almost about to get Wall. About to send Russell out there for Wall. But how would that work out?
It's going same shit. Some of these cats is thieves, man. John Wall still getting all that paper.
Yeah.
Still getting all that paper, man. But yeah, with us, man, I like the move we did with Karis LeVert. He's coming back home. He is from Cleveland. That gives us another wing player. Rubio, he helped us out. Hey, I'm gonna knock him. Unfortunately, he had that injury. We brought in Rondo, so that kind of like nicks Rubio. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then obviously, Sexton's still around. I think that that's a good piece. I think we're still weathering the storm whether we should keep him or not. Obviously he just signed with Clutch Sports Agency too. That's a good look for him, obviously. But it's gonna be interesting what we do. I think we made the right moves. We're young, moving well. You know what I mean? And we can only get better. I think. I hope we can't get backwards. We already, been through that, and we had a few injuries on our team. So I like the moves that we did. I think, like I said, I think the LeVert trade helped us.
Yeah.
And you know, it gave us some an injection. You know what I mean? So that's good, man. That's good. You know, some of these other teams, it's gonna be interesting to see how Harden works out in Philly. You know, he's back with Maury, who was GM at Houston. But it's crazy, like
Embiid and damn.
I love Harden, but man,
Embiid and Harden.
this dude, man, whenever he wants to move somewhere, he makes it happen.
Yeah.
He says he wants to go somewhere, he gone. It's like, I ain't mad at you, player. I ain't mad at you, man. You know, I just like, you know, I'm a Harden fan. I just want to see him, you know, get back into his mode, man, because that dude, man, offensively is sick with it. You know, it's gonna be interesting to see how, you know, goes on with him and Embiid, and then also, I think, man, honestly, with
how's this gonna work out for Simmons though?
Well, that's more shots, you know, for Kyrie and KD when KD get back. But hey, I think, man, something gonna happen in New York City where they're gonna lift some shit and Kyrie gonna be able to play. I just had that feeling. I just had that feeling because he only can play on the road, but I think I just got that feeling something gonna happen in New York where they're gonna lift some shit and he gonna be able to play because you know, it's hard, man, being out of rotation like that, man. But you know,
yeah. And aren't they taking his money away from the games that he's missing?
I'm not for sure on that. Who knows? But them cats make a gang of money, so he ain't, you know. I know
he ain't missing nothing.
I ain't talking about nobody's purse, but you know, money gone. But damn, you know what I mean? It don't hurt so much if you already got it. You dig?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know, I like what we doing. You know, Darius Garland is balling. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we got Caris LeVert. He's nice. Trying to think, was there anybody? I like that marketing guy. But he's a little hurt. I like what he's doing. Yeah. So it's gonna be, you know, it's gonna be interesting, man. You know, down the stretch, man. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
I think we, you know, because Garland, man, that dude's a future. Well, shit, he's already an all-star, but future is bright for him, man. I mean, hell, you know, I'm a Kyrie fan, you know what I mean? And it's just like, I was hurt when he left, and now I think, you know, they plugged that position. Definitely with Mobley and Allen, you know, we got a front court looking good. Those guys athletic and young, so that'll work. That'll work, man. That'll work.
Oh, yeah. And we got the future league MVP in our team, Luka.
Yes. Yeah.
Luka is,
man. Yeah.
Luka's a damn monster.
Yeah, he needs some help, no question. Y'all need to get a little bit more help. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we got a couple of role players.
Yeah.
But that's how we survived in 2011. We didn't necessarily have any stars.
Yeah.
When we won a championship, we had Dirk. We had a couple of role player guys that helped get it done.
No question. Well, you know what, people? We're gonna make another pivot again. You know, we're gonna go into you know, mental health, man. All you people out there, man. If you're dealing with anything, reach out, man. Vulnerability is a strength. I think we're in a good day and age now where people are listening more. People are understandable as far as some of the things that we're going through mentally. And reach out. You know, there's help. Don't be ashamed, man. Shame is not going to get you anywhere. It's okay. So they can't come out and say you know, dealing with some things. It's okay. And, you know, for all you guys out there and out here in California, also across the country, tune in to Marcel Consulting and Mental Health Services. You can go to marcelconsulting.com. And, you know, hey, we're here for you.
The B-Side podcast is sponsored by Marcel Consulting and Mental Health Services. Has this pandemic and our current state of the world taken a toll on you? Are you enjoying life? Marcel Consulting and Mental Health Services are here to help. We provide services from individual counseling, family counseling, life coaching and anger management to domestic violence. Our goal is to improve the lives of individuals and families by having a safe place to speak up, speak out, and live. Ask about our 30-minute consultation trial session. Whether you are insured or not, we have an installment payment option. Contact us at marcelconsulting.com at 909 323-7100. Remember to speak up, speak out, and live. MarcelConsulting.com.
Yes, people. Go to MarcelConsulting.com. Payment plans, whatever you need, there is a listening ear. So yeah, definitely for us, we definitely have to stay on top of things because hey, your health is definitely vital, and not only your mental health is vital, but also, let's get this under control, man. We got a lot of work to do. We need all the soldiers. We need everybody out here to participate. Yeah, so with that in mind, man, there's a couple things, man, that been going on out here, man. And we have to stay on top of things. Florida governor. This guy.
DeSantis?
Yes. You know what? We got to put it on to knock it off again. Okay. And with that, you know what I mean? I don't know where the smart people are, first of all. So, Florida has came out with this HB7 SB 148. Basically, Republicans in the Florida legislature are pushing a Stop Woke Act. Okay? Hey, Stop Woke Act. Talk about they don't want real history lessons or whatnot. And God forbid, what is it? They don't want white folks to get talked about, or they don't want white folks to feel bad about their skin, or whatever the case may be, or what the shit they did that's happening now and in the past. But anyway, you can go to this site here, see it on the screen. Tell Florida lawmakers to oppose the Stop Woke Act. Okay? Look at this up. Go to, what is the site here? You can go to act.eqfl.org. Once again, act.eqfl.org. And fill out this information here because this is ridiculous. It's concerning HB7 SB 148, the Stop Woke Act. Okay? The Stop Woke Act. What the hell is that?
Well,
what is that about, man?
Well, it's bred out of insanity because when we feel that, teaching the history of this country is in its entirety and in sincerity makes people feel bad, like what's going on? I mean, we got to tell the story how we got here. We were a country that gained independence from Britain and owned slaves for, hundreds of years. And to gloss over that or to gloss over history is to erase history. And that's something on the level of Nazis burning books. When you're afraid of hearing history presented in an honest way, then that makes you as fragile as the people that you're targeting. And it's crazy, stop woke legislation or whatever. Yes. I mean, what's woke? Because if you're calling out exploitation,
who uses
if you're calling out, it's terrible. I mean, it's a dog whistle, what they call a dog whistle.
Yes.
Saying stop woke legislation. Yes. That's saying stop any legislation that would point the finger at police brutality. Stop any legislation that would, pretty much criticize what they're trying to do. Because what they're trying to do is make people forget history. And when you make people forget history, then it's easy to take history. It's like if you study anything about Egypt or whatever, or see a picture of an ancient Egyptian and stuff like that, you would think an ancient Egyptian living 5,000-6,000 years ago was lighter than Angelina Jolie or something like that. When you can look at the statues, the paintings, the representations and statues and everything like that, and see that they had reddish to dark complexion. But people are comfortable with that. You got movies like Gods of Egypt that came out with the same dude from 300 playing an Egyptian god. If you put him next to any Egyptian god, he looks like none of them. Yeah. So to limit history or limit people's access to information is the same thing that communist countries do. They edit information. They edit, they form education or edit the education to their own ideals or whatever. And it's sad. I mean, when I was growing up and we learned about slavery, we never were taught that it was a good thing. We were taught that it was a terrible thing. And it didn't destroy us that we learned about our history.
15 seconds.
Yeah.
For like 15 seconds. Hey, like, y'all haven't done nothing. We came and saved you.
Yes.
The divinity
we
right
Christianized
kills
you.
me. Yeah, the divinity right kills me. Chris, and hello? Where did Christianity come from?
It was practiced in Africa before it was practiced in Europe.
It's regurgitated like this is new to you. No, it's not.
What's sad about it? What they're trying to do with these history classes in schools is the same thing that happens whenever you go to the History Channel. Yeah, and that's just like they're trying to do what you do when you see the History Channel and you watch a documentary about George Washington. They'll be like, well, George Washington was a great man. He was a complicated man, though. When they talk about him owning slaves, they'll say he was a complicated man, a man of his times. And it's just like, they'll take away the horrible actions and try to gloss it over with some words. And when you take away the horrible activity of slavery, the horrible institution of slavery, when you try to lessen the frequency of its destructiveness, of its after effect and the people that were a part of it, then that's trying to throw away anything they say in the current time. If you can throw away somebody's history, then you don't have to respect what their contributions or what they have to say in the current time.
Yeah, man. Knowledge is power, man. Just I understand. And then it's like, okay, now we know that's bogus as hell. We do. But you telling me, I don't know, maybe I got to do further research on this. But I don't hear, is there any noise coming out of Florida about this? I know there is. I know there is. But it's real quiet. Because stop the woke act. Nobody's like, I don't know about that. Not one person. It had to go through,
and that's a Republican
various steps, right, for this to even get written up.
And that's
started. Like, yeah, that's a good thing. Yes, like the CRT.
Oh yeah,
CRT.
And when you're not engaged in the political
crazy
process,
motherfuckers, man. Sorry about that, folks, but these some crazy motherfuckers. Straight up.
Yeah,
straight up
insanity. And it came from the last 4 years when people realized that you can put out the most insane proposal. People are so divided ideologically that they're going to go with it. They're going to really go with it. They're going to think that it's better to take away a woman's choice than to give a woman a choice. They'll actually go with that because, it suits their ideology. And it's crazy.
We got
this insanity.
This should already be covered, man.
That's
what kills me. It's like it's 2022 going on 2023. Talk about critical race theory. Like, motherfuckers, it's not even taught. It's not, it's like graduate work. It's like, what the hell? Well, we all know what it is. Like you said, it's a dog whistle. And, hey, sometimes the truth hurts, but it'll set you free. Here you go. You always put in God. But what does it always say? You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Right?
Oh, yeah.
I don't even want to talk about the evangelists. They in bed with them too. Nationalism. Anyway. That's a whole nother.
Don't you be talking about my choice.
Another day. Hey, man.
Don't you talking about my choice.
Another story for today. Hey, but people, I gotta put this out here. Sorry. For all y'all don't know, check out The Narrative. Tune in. Go to the site, thenarrative.com. Get involved. Because once you get in the narrative, you're going to be on Nubia, and it's going to blow your mind as far as the wealth of information on those sites. Shout out to Dr. Karen Hunter And shout out to my boy, Dr. Greg Carter. That's all. I always got to bring them up because Dr. Carter blew my mind over this pandemic, Dukes. I'm out here buying books and shit. It's good though. Knowledge is power.
Yeah.
But I got to throw that out there. I got to throw it out there. You know what I mean? And while I'm throwing stuff out there, you know what I mean? We got to get back to certain things. And I know we brought up the mental health, but also we're going to add on to that as far as call the mental health hotline. If you have any trips, suicidal thoughts, anything, there's text, a way to get to people. There's a way. Definitely, hey, check it out. So like I said, you're not alone, and I wanted to put on some funk because we need some upliftment beats. We don't need nothing sorrow. The whole thing is upliftment. You know what I mean? If you're depressed, be active, do something. You know, but you know, definitely see the hotline on there. Make your contribution. Make it
definitely. Mental health is very important, and people got to know. You know, your life is worth something. You know, don't think that the world is just so on your shoulders that you have nobody to talk to. Go on that hotline and talk to somebody. We can't be our own psychiatrist, psychologist, and everything like that. We can't go to our own selves for counsel sometimes. Sometimes we need that objective ear to listen. So don't be afraid to engage in correcting your mental health, because a lot of people think that, they're above going to a psychiatrist or talking to a specialist or anything like that. But some of us actually do need it. There's a lot of people being lost nowadays to suicide because the weight of the world is getting on their shoulders and they think they have nobody to talk to. Just, got to know your self-worth and to know that a lot of times it's not even as bad as the situation that people bring themselves down from. Yeah. They can, there's always a way out. So, yeah, that's very important.
Yes, definitely, man. Definitely. A lot of things got to get done, Definitely. But yeah, man, hey, while we out there, we might as well end it on a good note, man. Hey, thanks for coming through, my man.
You're welcome.
And always nice, man. Give us your handle where they can locate you at.
Okay, if you go on Instagram, I'm Midnight More. If you go on Facebook, I'm the coolest motherfucker that ever existed. So if you go to that, you'll find me. If you go to Twitter, I don't even know what I am on Twitter because I go to Twitter maybe once or twice a year. So I'm going to have all those handles next time.
Hey,
let me see.
On Twitter. That's where the conversation is going at, more so than IG and Facebook and all that. Go there. What's your Twitter, man? Next time I have that information up for you.
I'm Combs, like combing your hair. Yeah. Combs at Morris Midnight. And that's Mooris Midnight. So Combs at Morris Midnight.
Combs at Morris Midnight.
Hit me up at Twitter.
No doubt. For all y'all out there, hey, you can check us out at the B-Side Podcast Q on Instagram. Definitely come check us out on there. My personal Instagram account is ARSales2. You can go on there and check us out. Hey, got some gear. We got caps, we got sweatshirts, we got t-shirts. Go to IG, go to Alec Roberts. And also, you can also, where's it at? You can also go to, AlecRoberts.com, get some merchandise, get some gear. It's all good. We got you. And we can always continue on, And for all y'all want to support this show, go to the Cash App. $ Robert Sellers. You can go to Venmo, Rob-Sellers-4, and PayPal once again. It's on BB Sales. So, hey, we got everything. You know what I'm saying? With that said, thanks for tuning in, my man. Always a pleasure.
Thank you.
G Diddy, man. We'll definitely get something doing next week, man. Hey,
all right.
We're gonna keep it moving. Until then.
All right, we're gonna be celebrating the Bengals Super Bowl championship.
Hey, whatever the case may be. But hey, y'all, we always We always here for one another. You know, like I said, thanks for tuning in, my man, G Diddy, for coming on here, man.
Thank you for having me on here.
Yes, sir. Hey, peace.